You got any complaints about the tree, Gina? Take him over Santa Claus. Yes, is Mason Cowboy there, please?
Santa Claus didn't trim the tree. Eden did. At least you could have consulted me about it.
Will you be quiet? No, I'm not talking to you. Yes, you can take a message. Tell the district attorney that he's late for a meeting with his father. Go away, Gina, go away.
Hey, now, Sissy, I am mistress of this house. Not Sophia, not Rosa, not
It's very funny, Gina. I think that's the best laugh I've had in weeks.
Lionel and his dinosaurs. What are you doing here, Sophia?
I'm going to go up and say hello to Mr. Conrad. This is my life.
Oh, I'm sure he regrets it by now.
You think he's comfortable upstairs in the restroom?
I'm sure he is.
Comfortable. Who
He's
cares
walking around,
if
he's like
he's
he's much better than he was.
Okay.
I owe him a debt. He's given me a precious gift.
Well, at least we'll have a real man in the house, even if he's only passing through.
You said the same thing about the delivery boy. You know something, Gina, with your libido, I don't think you'll ever make it to the end of this contract.
All I have to do is think of my share of your income. It has the same effect as a cold shower.
There you are.
Hello, Mason.
Hello, Mason.
Sorry, I'm late. I was unexpectedly detained on a prior engagement.
I'm going to go upstairs and say hello to him. I'll be right back.
Shall we, go into the study?
Oh, don't run off on my account.
What do you mean? You're going to save us the trouble?
What are you two plotting against me now?
Gina, why do you think we're always talking about you? We have some private business to discuss. We have to do it in the back room. We need privacy. Do you understand what the word privacy means?
All right, go ahead, discuss your private business matters.
you.
But don't think you're going to get out of this contract, Sissy, because I'm not going to let you. No, I may have been fool enough to sell you 1 month, but that's all the leeway you're going to get.
Good mood, isn't she?
Yes. Done any more research about the kidnapping?
Yeah, it's right here. And I've also done a little research into the background of our house guest, Jeffrey Conrad. Everyone here seems to want to take him at face value. But I think we need to know more about the stranger who rescued Sophia.
Well, what did you think I was going to say, Pearl? Did you think I'd break down and confess that I killed Madeleine?
I'm just telling you what Brian said. I didn't say that I believed you.
I loved Madeleine. I knew better than anyone else about how difficult she could be, but I loved her. Don't you remember how I was after her death, Pearl?
Well, of course I remember.
Oh, but now you think that I was just faking it? That I was pretending to be grieving? My God, is that what you were thinking?
No, your grief was real. I saw it.
Then I asked you to trust your own feelings instead of Brian's. He hates me, Pearl. I'm the one who led you to him. Can't you see that? Where is he now? Did he tell anyone else about this?
Well, he's in the, bungalow.
What?
Well, he's the place where Madeleine was, he's just working on his novel there. That's all he is.
What kind of a ghoul is he? Oh, he's just gaining materials for his mystery stories. Well, it's a really good twist to have the sister do it, huh? He doesn't care anything about me or Madeleine. He doesn't even know us. And you are so anxious for him to accept you again that you would go along with almost anything that he does.
It's not true. I told him that it was wrong. There was nothing to it, but I thought because we're friends that I owed it to you to tell you about it.
Every rotten thing that you have ever done to me has been because we have been friends. You are not my friend. You never have been. And I don't care what you or your brother say. I didn't kill Madeleine. You stay away from me.
Must have hit a nerve, huh?
She denied it. She hates me. Hates you, too?
Well, I guess we could have expected that. You think she's telling the truth? No. You don't believe her either, do you?
Jeffrey. Yeah, I'm still here at the Capwells. Look, I found this old photo album I've been looking over. It's really quite something. Look, I have to go now. Somebody's here. Yeah.
Coming in. Of course she hates me. I mean, she's a friend of mine. And what do I do in return? I turn around to her and I say, guess what? My brother believes that you murdered your very own sister.
Well, then she should hate me, not you.
No, you're missing the point. See, I brought it to her in the first place.
All right, look, I mean, we are coming to this from totally different places, all right? I mean, I started because I wanted to solve a previously unsolved mystery just to see if I could do it. All right, but you have been involved with this girl. You never thought of her as a suspect. Now, well, all of a sudden we are arriving at the very same conclusion.
Wait a minute. What do you mean we? You put this idea into my head. The fact remains. I saw the woman come through the door. She looked at her dead sister lying down there. I mean, she was wiped out. It tore my heart out to see her that way. It was not an act.
Okay. I can believe that, but go with this. Okay, that she could have had those same reactions if she was guilty of anguish, horror, grief, all of it.
I don't know, Brian. I don't know about this.
I like Courtney. You know, I'm kind of sad that I've even stumbled on this case, but I have done that, and I'm not going to back away from it.
Okay. What are we talking about for a motive here? All right, that she was in love with this guy, David Laurent, the husband?
Yes, in part. Okay, but it was much more complex than that. Courtney, had a love-hate relationship with her sister for their entire lives. Am I right about this?
Yes.
Okay, and from what you've told me, she had or she has a very desperate desire to be loved and feelings of being totally unloved. So, Madeleine played on those insecurities. She created a whole game of snapping up each man that was attracted to Courtney.
Come on, Doc Freud, please, enough. We're not talking about a character in one of your opus novels. We're talking about somebody who is real life flesh and blood that we're hurting. I don't want to have any more damn business with this.
Oh, don't you? Is that what you mean? You want to just drop all this baggage? You want to just kind of go around like we don't have any suspicions at all?
I don't want to hurt her anymore. And I'm not going to let you hurt her either. All right?
You know, if you concentrate real hard, you might just be able to make that thing ring.
Can I also make it say what I want to hear? Oh, I so want Gus to get this parole. I haven't felt jitters like this since I don't know when.
Hey, come on. Julia just called and said the hearing was starting.
I'm just terrible at waiting, especially when it involves people I care so much about.
Like Alice and Gus, huh?
Yes. Oh, it'd be wonderful for Alice to be reunited with her father. He loves her so much and she needs him in her life right now.
What do you need?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess I was just wondering about your relationship with Gus.
Well, I don't have one anymore.
I don't know. I guess I was just... I was wondering about when Alice was born. There must have been some very powerful feelings going on there.
Well, they were powerful, all right. Especially at the end when we finally split up for good.
Have you regretted it?
I regret the pain we caused each other and our baby girl. I regret having failed at yet another relationship. But do you mean, am I sorry now that we didn't stay together?
I guess that's what I'm asking.
I don't know how to answer that. When I was a little girl, I used to dream that I'd fall in love with a wonderful man and get married and be married happily forever after. It didn't quite work out that way. So yes, I am sorry that I couldn't make my life with Gus work. I am sorry I didn't make my life with someone work.
It's not over yet, you know.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, I like to hope the best is yet to come. I know I've learned a lot about what's important and what's not.
Tell me.
Oh, dear. Well, let's see. I think it's important to have someone you can laugh with. Now, I've come to the conclusion that if there's a choice between glum and funny, funny is best. And I think it's important to be able to tell your feelings, even the ones you're not proud of, and know that you're not going to be harangued or deserted because of it.
Well, you've told me what's important and what's not important.
Oh, all my little philosophies, among many, many other things. Yeah, you are a very nosy fellow. Has anybody ever told you that?
Got a light? Well, now, how else am I going to get to know you? And find out what makes you happy.
Oh, you are so sweet. I am glad we're not fighting anymore. You know, I think you're about the best thing that's happened to me in a long, long time.
Am I disturbing you?
Oh, no. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine, thanks to you. But the real question is, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm coming along just great. A little knock on the head might even have improved things up there.
That's a very positive way to look at it. I don't know what to say to you. I don't know how to thank you for what you did.
Forget it. I'm not going to make myself out to be some kind of hero. It was just a reflex action. But I'm glad it was that.
I'm glad you were there, too. Oh, wait, now tell me, are you okay? Do you have everything you need?
More than enough. I'm being treated royally. Oh, it's all right that I used the phone, isn't it?
Sure. Absolutely. Mr. Capwell wants you to feel at home.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. I was just looking through this old family album here. Capwells are a very fine-looking clan.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you get to meet each one individually.
I'd like that. You know, this is some place you've got here. It's a little bit more than I'm used to, I can tell you.
Well, I like to think of it as more comfortable than grand.
Well, the view from that window over there seems pretty grand to me.
I'll tell you what, I'll take you on a tour when you're ready.
I may never be ready for that. I mean, it could just spoil me for that fourth floor walk-up I call home.
I know how you feel.
You do?
Sure. To be frank, I was completely overwhelmed when I first walked in here.
Well, if that's what happened to you, I don't have a prayer, do I? Anyway, how long have you and Mr. Capwell been married?
We're not married.
Oh, well, I just assumed that.
No, of course you did. I mean, it's very difficult, I know, when you're new around here to figure it out. I was married to Mr. Capwell quite a long time ago. However, there is another Mrs. Capwell. Now, I believe you've met her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
Well, at least he's never been convicted of any federal crime. Doesn't look like he has any medical disabilities.
That's only a preliminary report.
Mason, does being the DA mean you have to investigate everybody?
Only the people that manage to wind up conveniently in a Capwell bed.
He saved Sophia's life. What's wrong with you?
I'm wondering if there might be a reason why he was in the right place at the right time.
Oh, you're too suspicious. He was buying a Christmas tree.
For his motel room?
Oh, for crying out loud, Mason, can we analyze the man's motive some other time? Right now, let's talk about Kelly and the plan we have and try to get this plan rolling. I think the sooner we do it, maybe we can get her back by Christmas.
Right. Well, what we have to do right now is weed out the people who will pose as Kelly's kidnappers. Now, I managed to narrow down the field, but I want you to make the final selection. The problem is knowing who to trust. These people have a good track record.
Thank you, Mason. Hey, you are very strange, that Academy. On one hand, you fight very hard against me, and the other hand, you fight very hard for the family.
Yeah, well, there's a lot that's strange about me. The thing is, I have to keep a low profile from now on. I can't let the DA's office get involved in this.
I understand all that, and I intend to make the necessary arrangements with whomever we choose. But right now, I really haven't got time to look things over, so why don't you hold on to these? I've got a hearing to go to, a parole hearing.
What's that about?
I'm going to speak on behalf of an old acquaintance, Gus Jackson.
Gus?
Right.
That's the fighter you own part of?
Yeah, that's right. I never gave him the time to look at that, so why don't you make the final decision?
Rather you did it.
Look, Mason, I really don't have time for all this. It's very easy for you. After all, you're picking the men who are going to put an end to Gina. Good luck.
Rosa!
Apple residence. Hello? Hello?
You still here?
I could ask you the same thing.
But Mason, I belong here.
There are those who would quarrel with that. Why didn't you answer the phone when it rang?
I was just about to. Why aren't you at work? Or have they already booted you out as DA?
One of the advantages of higher office is that you can occasionally set your own hours.
Another one of the advantages is you usually have your own desk. So why are you working here?
Because I'm not acting in the public interest. This is personal business.
I see. Same old personal business as before.
Capitol residence. Yeah, what's up? What, is the office falling apart without me? How many times did she call? Did she leave her name? Oh, Julia. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get back to
her. Thanks.
Well, what?
Well, did you come to a decision?
You know, in many ways, you haven't changed at all since we were kids. You still carry things too far. You don't know when to let go. I used to think it was one of your strengths, kid. Now I think it's a weakness.
Look, we can get into my psyche after we figured out Courtney's, okay?
Oh, I see. Courtney is just a grist for the mill. Is that it? Another grisly murder tale.
Look, maybe she was at first, but she isn't anymore. I mean, I'm more surprised now than anyone on this. All right, listen, suppose I promise you that none of the facts of this case will ever make it into my writings, huh?
It would make me feel a heck of a lot better.
All right, then I promise you.
You asked me before if I wanted to drop the whole situation. Yeah. My answer to you now is yes.
Okay, unless something else happens, you know.
What are you talking about? What?
Well, Courtney has gone off the deep end once, and she's killed someone, all right? I mean, what if she does that again? Then can you live with yourself, Michael? Can you?
Come on, you're convicting the woman already. This is ridiculous.
No, look, I know how uneasy I felt when she started telling me about her sister, about the murder. I sensed that she was a very disturbed young woman. I mean, when I think about it, I look back, and I think there's some subconscious level. She wanted to be found out, all right? Right, and she was maybe just crying out for a little help.
Oh, where do you come off with all this stuff?
Look, why did she tell me about the case, huh? Why did she get me involved? Why did she do that? Because she's probably afraid of herself. Okay, that is why, Michael, I want to put my idea into action. Maybe I'm wrong about her. I hope I'm wrong about her. I hope.
Yeah, but if you're right, Courtney really did kill Madeline. She's in a heck of a lot of trouble, and we gotta help her out.
Does that mean that you're with me on this, huh?
Wait a minute. This is no coincidence over here. What are you doing dragging her in this?
Hold on.
You asked me.
Miss?
I'm sorry. I thought that she was...
Yeah, I know what you thought.
All right, so what are you planning?
Well, I got the idea that eventually you would come around, Michael. And so I took a chance that just start the wheels turning.
I'm on to you, Mr. Conrad.
I was just about to take a shower.
Oh, well, then, go ahead. I'll come back.
Oh, no need to do that. Why don't you just stick around now and tell me what you're so hot and bothered about? Then you're the current Mrs. Capwell. You know, I was wondering why there seemed to be two of you wandering around.
Now, why don't you just knock it off? I think you know all about me. And now I know why you're here. My husband hired you.
Well, I certainly could use a job. Then it doesn't matter with him that you hang out in his employees' bedrooms? Well, it couldn't, since you keep on turning up here. Just out of curiosity, how much is he paying?
Very cute. You know, you are an attractive man. But you can be damn sure I'm not going to blow my marriage with Sisi over some trick that Mason is trying to pull.
Well, I wouldn't want you to do that either. By the way, who's Mason?
Will you stop playing stupid? I know it's a setup. Either you were going to seduce me or get me to seduce you.
Oh, now, if that's what I was going to do, why aren't I going to do it anymore?
Because you know I won't fall for it. Didn't they tell you what I have to lose if I get caught?
You know, this has been a lot of fun so far, but, unless I blanked something out when I got banged on the head, I've never met your husband, or any of you before. And if I'm supposed to be up to some kind of shenanigans regarding you, I don't remember anything about them.
You mean Mason and Sisi didn't hire you to tempt me?
Well, now, I've done a lot of jobs in my time, but unfortunately, I've never yet worked as a tempter.
Well, if you're telling me the truth, I guess I should be embarrassed.
I am telling you the truth, and you don't look the least bit embarrassed. Anyway, it was fun. Different, at least. Different.
Mr. Conrad.
Jeffrey.
Yes. Well, did you ever consider that perhaps you're being used without your knowledge? You see, Mason is a troublemaker. He's very jealous and moody. He's very resentful that I'm here. He's always thinking up ways to make me look like a fool. He led me to believe he was in cahoots with you.
Well, how does this Mason guy fit into all of this? Is he part of the family?
Mason needs a lot of explaining it. And I'm not sure I want to get into all that with you right now. So why don't you go ahead and take your shower, and I will see you later.
Yes, well, don't get too far away.
I won't. Not when you put it that way.
There you are.
Well, Sisi. Again?
I can't get my fill of you.
Well, if you can't control yourself, I'll be out in a minute.
No. I'll be in a minute. Gina. Gina.
Mrs. Capwell?
Oh.
Are you all right?
Yes. I have to go right now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello?
Oh, Courtney.
Yes?
Hi, it's Pearl.
I know.
I really want to talk to you again.
At the bungalow, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I was just on my way over there, Pearl.
Oh, you were. Okay.
I know what you want now, and I'm ready for it this time.
Yeah, Victoria, this is Mason, live. I was hoping to catch you in this time, but I guess I'll have to settle for your machine again. There's something important I was hoping to talk to you about before you left on your movie assignment. I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a call. Thanks. Bye. Hello, Mr. Conrad. I assume that's who you are, even though I thought you were still confined to quarters.
You must be Mason, Capwell.
Well, how did you know? My picture's not among the ones you were looking at.
Just a guess.
I see. A lucky one, or based on some sort of information?
No, your name's been mentioned a few times in passing since I've been here.
I see. Well, how are you enjoying your stay on the Capwell estate?
It's been very interesting so far, and also very pleasant, especially my encounters with Mrs. Capwell.
Yes, you may never be the same again.
That's possible.
So how's your head? I understand you had a concussion.
Yes, it's coming along very well, thank you. I figure that I should be completely recovered in a few days, and then I'll be on my way.
I'll be surprised if you last that long.
I beg your pardon?
Well, as you get to know this family better, you may not want to hang around. Not even for a few days.
Well, I haven't had much of a problem with anyone up until now.
Then you haven't spent much time with Gina.
Well, Mrs. Capwell is a little offbeat, but I think I can handle that.
Well, I admire your optimism, but didn't she fill you in on the rest of us?
Only slightly.
She didn't tell you that, as a rule, strangers don't fare too well in this house.
No.
Especially strangers in blue jeans?
No, as a matter of fact, she didn't. And she didn't seem to mind mine.
Gina's usually the exception that proves the rule.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, Mrs. Capwell did have some pretty weird ideas about me for a while there. But I think we got it all straightened out.
What kind of weird ideas? I shudder to think.
I think I'll let her tell you about that if she wants to. She did seem pretty much on target about some of the other stuff she told me, though.
Such as?
Such as a description of you.
What is this? This is a script. I can see it's the script. I don't want to read this. Sitting through it's going to be bad enough.
Well, this is it. Look, if you want to back out, now's the time to do it. All right, then I'm going to get everything set up. When you're ready to go, you turn off the lights, right? Okay.
Hi. Are you okay?
You don't have to bother making nice, Pearl.
Look, Courtney, I wish I could convince you that I really still do care about you. This is for your own good.
Then why don't you try believing me? Then I might try believing you again. But you can't, can you?
No.
That's why you want me here, so that you can accuse me.
No, come on, it has nothing to do with that. Brian wants to show us something, and I'm just playing along with the whole thing, that's all.
What?
Okay, why don't you sit down here a second? Before we get into this, there's something else. For a long time, I've been trying not to look too closely at certain things that have been bothering me. I've kept my head in the sand, but I don't want to do that any longer.
What things are you talking about?
Oh, stories that you told me about your life and your relationship with Madeleine. You know, when we first met, you told me that you were very close with her and that she cared for you a lot, that you loved her.
I know what you're going to say, Pearl.
No, please,
now I'm
Courtney, let me finish. Then you said how much you hated David Laurent for mistreating her, that you were desperate to see that he was punished. He was the killer.
No, I wasn't. I told the truth so that people would know what kind of a man he was.
Okay. But what actually came out, what slipped out, was that you were nuts about David Laurent, but she, your sister, took him away from you just like she took a lot of people you loved away. Suddenly, you see, she becomes this figure of evil, somebody you hate.
I'm human, Pearl. When reality isn't pretty, I fool myself, and I did that with my sister for a long time.
I understand that. But there's more. There's a lot more. Whenever you talk about Madeleine, you become like a totally different person. It's kind of scary.
Are you saying that I'm crazy?
Oh, no. It's just that I think you're on a dangerous path. And I want to help you turn around and face a few things before it's too late.
Too late for what?
But whatever happens, whatever comes out here, I want you to know that I will never, ever abandon you, that I'm with you.
What do you think is going to happen, Pearl?
Well, this is a pleasant surprise.
Mr. Capel, it's good to see you, sir.
And you too, Mr. Conrad. Obviously you're feeling better. You're up and about.
Oh, I'm a lot better, thanks, sir.
No, thank you. I really should be thanking you with something concrete. You know, this will only partially express what you have done for me by saving Mrs. Almonte.
Oh, please don't, Mr. Capel. I can't take money from you.
And why not?
I never mix good deeds in cash. I consider it bad luck.
That's a novel outlook.
Oh, besides, your hospitality has been reward enough.
Well, I can't force you to take it, but if anyone deserves it, you do.
Well, I appreciate that, but, no thanks. So, those are your children, are they?
Mm-hmm. When they were much younger.
Uh-huh. They must be very proud of them.
I certainly am.
Oh, I met your son, Meyson. You know, somehow he doesn't seem to resemble the others.
Well, actually, you're right. Mason's mother was my first wife, Pamela.
Ah.
What are your plans when you leave here?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Well, I hope this delay hasn't caused you any serious problems.
Oh, no. I was kind of hoping to find some work out here.
Really? Well, what kind of work are you interested in?
Anything with a future. I'm a hard worker, pretty good with my hands. I'm not too bad with the old head as well. Sound like I'm applying for a job here.
Well, maybe I can find something for you. Unless you think that would be bad luck, too.
I may be proud, Mr. Capel, but I try not to be pig-headed.
Oh, well, some people don't know the difference. I'm glad you do.
So, anyway, what kind of business are you in? I seem to remember hearing something about oil.
Well, I have interest in a number of different areas. Maybe I can fit you into one of them.
Well, that would be very kind of you. But if you don't mind, I'd like to think my future over for a little while. You know, make sure I'm dealing with a full deck before I make any big life decisions.
Good. You take your time. I gotta make some phone calls.
Oh, sure. Do you mind if I walk around the grounds a bit?
No, you take your time. Have fun. Yeah, I was thinking something before. I would swear that I have seen you somewhere before. Is that possible?
No, that's not very likely. I know I'd remember you.
Well, don't tire yourself.
I won't. And thanks.
I'm waiting for our resident invalid to return to his sick bed.
I thought he might like a little snack.
Well, how thoughtful of you. I understand you had a nice little chat.
Well, it wasn't very nice, but it was little.
Long enough to take my name in vain, I understand.
What else did he tell you?
That he thought he could handle you.
Well, I hope you told him differently.
I thought I'd let him come to his own conclusion.
When are you going to come to that conclusion, Mason?
I came to it long ago, Gina. What did you tell him about me?
Why are you so interested in him?
Why is he so interested in me?
Is he?
Isn't he?
He seems to be interested in all of us. All of us here in the entourage. Jeffrey's curious about every single one of us.
On a first-name basis already, aren't we?
Don't get your hopes up, Mason. As far as it's going to go.
My hopes?
Yes. Oh, I wonder, will he get paid if he delivers? Or no, not. Only if he delivers.
Have I missed a beat in this conversation?
You're so innocent, Mason.
Oh, no. You know better than that, but I am bewildered. He did say that you'd been behaving oddly. Weird was the word he used, and you are acting weird.
As long as you know that I know.
Gina.
Yes?
What is it that you think you know?
Oh, Mason. Enough. Let go of me.
Then answer me.
Well, you must be getting pretty thick if I have to spell it out for you.
Spell it out for me anyway.
Mason, your little game plan is out. I saw the files.
What would you say was the secret of your success, sir? She asked. Timing, he said, as he fell backwards off the ledge. That was the punchline.
Oh, Lionel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, come on, don't be so grim. There's no sense in anticipating bad news, you know?
Makes perfect sense considering how my life has gone so far.
Hey, the best is yet to come, remember?
Yeah, that was an hour ago. You know, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm not a jinx. Maybe Gus would have been better off if I'd not gotten involved in this parole.
You cannot be serious.
No, I am serious. I seem to have some kind of a knack for hurting people I want to help. Look at Jane and Alice.
Come on, you're just talking this way because you're frightened.
You know I hurt my daughters. And Gus is one of my victims, too.
Now, wait, just a minute now. You don't have any reason for making amends with those girls because you've been doing it ever since you arrived. And the trouble Gus is in has nothing to do with you.
Well, maybe not. But he went to prison for protecting our child. And it's not fair. Why should he have been the one to suffer?
Hello. Yeah, Julia. Yeah, I'll tell her. It's Julia. Gus has been paroled.
Oh, no.
Do you know what it's been like dragging you around with me all these years? You envy my life, well, why don't you go out and make your own?
Well, what's so wonderful about your life, Madeleine? You cheat on your husband, people hate you.
Only the ones that are jealous of me, darling, like you. You're so concerned about David because you want him.
That's not true.
Oh, please, give it up, little sister. Maddie's toys, Maddie's boys, everything of Maddie's you want. Well, Maddie always wins.
Not always, Maddie.
Oh, yes, you've never even had a boyfriend of your own. You're so pathetic. We've been laughing at you behind your back. Me and Keith and David, especially David, because you're nothing but a joke. You're a pathetic little joke. Stop it! Stop it! That's not how it happened. You want to know how it really ends?
Why, Gina, you naughty girl, you peeked at my private file.
You bet I did. How else am I going to find out what's going on around here?
And now you imagine that there's some nasty conspiracy against you, huh?
No, Mason, I don't think I'm imagining it.
Aren't you being a little paranoid?
My motto is you can't be too paranoid when dealing with the Capwells. The thing that amazes me is that Jeffrey didn't even seem to know he was involved. At least not that I could tell. Huh. What did you think, that nature would just take its course and you'd reward him somehow later?
Yeah. Something like that.
Mason, he's kind of cute, but no man is worth $1 million. Not even a hunk like that. You were the only man I was ever crazy enough about to give up a fortune for. But then I didn't even do that. I don't know what I ever saw in a snake like you.
I've got a great rattle.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw Jeffrey's material, huh?
I saw the file on him. Glanced over it, didn't look at it too closely. And then I overheard Sisi saying that you were going to find some men to get rid of me. What were those other files? Possibilities in case Jeffrey didn't work out.
You didn't see the other files?
Not yet.
Well, you don't have anything to worry about. They didn't have anything to do with you. As for Jeffrey, it was just sort of a chance windfall. I was doing a little research to be prepared in case your natural proclivities took over.
Mason, why don't you just give up? I'm always one step ahead of you. And if you and Sisi push me too far, this little arrangement we have may go on indefinitely, and Kelly will never be able to come home.
That contract is a legal document, and you cannot extend it on your own.
Oh, really? I've been playing by the book so far, Mason, but I'll do anything I have to protect my interests.
You know, Gina, you're looking ghastly. Haggard and distraught. I wonder what state you'll be in after 5 months without your favorite sport.
Well, congratulations. You've managed to hurt my feelings.
Try not to bleed on the rug.
The only man I was ever crazy enough about to give up a fortune for. And even then, don't know what I ever saw in a snake.
You always accuse me of being against you, Gina. But I wasn't fighting against you. I was fighting for you. You always wound up with my father. Tell me that deep down, it's me you've always wanted. Tell me that, Gina. Take off your clothes. Now.
I think we've had enough of this.
Look, we don't have to go on any further. I think you can go. Thank you very much.
Honey, are you okay? You want to tell us now what really happened?
You wrote that, didn't you, Brian?
Yes?
Well, you got almost everything right. I did kill Madeleine. But there's only one detail that you left out that you couldn't have known.
What's that?
No one knew until now about the gun.
Hello, this is Sharon Gabbett, Brittany Love of Another World. The truth is, I carried a gun for protection from Peter. He threatened me and the baby. He said he wouldn't mind being a widower, and the only way out of the marriage was for one of us to die. My defense this week on Another World.
I'm Tom Brokaw, an assembly line in California. But the machines, parts, methods, many of the profits are Japanese. Japan moves in tonight on NBC Nightly News.